All right, you struggle to make videos longer and better. Oh my goodness, you will never see a breakdown of analytics and data on how to do your YouTube marketing, how to make them longer, how to make your videos better. I will be bringing up so many examples from YouTube channels of videos that don't work and videos that absolutely crush it. And wait till you hear what we talk about with, I think, the easiest video to make, but the craziest average view durations. And I'm actually going to do one in front of you today. So if you want maximum lead generation from videos, you actually want to be a good YouTuber, you're not going to want to miss today's boardroom talk with ya boy, Jackson Wilkie. So you know me, I've been teaching a lot lately about longer videos and vlogs, but let's just say you're doing a top 10 video, right? Or a studio video. So that's what I want to focus on right now. And the reason that I bring this up, you're like, Jackson, you've been beating us over the head with doing good long vlogs. Yes, that's where I'm at right now, right? That's what I love to do. I'm going to actually show you some crazy examples of what my audience does if I don't feed them what they want. But at the end of the day, if you're going to do these top 10 videos or studio videos, pros and cons videos, anything that basically is that camera focused right on you, I'm going to teach you today how to make them more interesting and how to make them longer. So first of all, when we do these videos, I call them kind of that repetition building video. And so I have a lot of my students right now. We've got a classroom full of students. You guys know who you are. And we were just talking about this. They're like, well, Jackson, you kind of teach that you should do these first 20 videos, you know, the pros and cons. And now all I see is doing is this, right? And I'm like, guys, you have to realize if I give you a camera and I tell you go out and make an hour-long vlog out in the city, you're never gonna do it, right? 98% of real estate agents fail. If every agent that I had ever taught or who had ever watched any of my videos was doing YouTube, there would be tens or hundreds of thousands of them, right? How many are there truly in some markets? I've seen some markets even today, 5 years into it, with like maybe 2 that are doing it at an okay pace. Like it's wide open. If you can get some of these top 10 videos, these list videos, and start doing a bunch of them, right now you're getting the reps in. And what that does is it allows you to just start getting a little bit more fluid with your videos and a little bit more confident. Now, if you get more confident, get more, fluid with your videos, it actually helps with that retention, right? So one of the biggest issues when I'm coaching agents all the time, they tell me, hey, I did your video, I did your title, I've done everything you said, but they're just not watching it. And when I look, they're very like stuck in the camera and they're reading and they're very factual and data driven, right? That's okay. You got to start somewhere. I was the exact same way, but over time and repetition, it starts to lengthen. You start to storyboard a little bit more. So the reps are really important. That's why you do it. So how do you make these videos longer? Well, the first thing is we get terrified. We always want to do top 5, top 7, top 10. Stretch that shit out, homies. Make that shit top 15, top 25, right? That is one way that you can do it. Just make more of them. And there is actual data and scientific proof. I don't even know if it's called scientific, but there is data on YouTube and on blog writing on the human mind that if they're given a list of top 7, top 5, top 25, that they will actually be there longer. They've already told their brain, I'm there for all 17 of them, right? So real quick, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you on my screen just an example of this real quick, because I think you guys are gonna like this and it's gonna help you a little bit with what I'm talking about. So this is a video that I did here in Houston and it wasn't all too long ago, maybe a year and a half ago. Now the one thing you notice is days 0 through, let's just call it what, 75-ish, flatline, okay? And you guys are like, well, what the hell? This is the problem with YouTube and with real estate and with marketers is we look at it today. Oh my gosh, video's got 351,000 views, and what am I always most impressed with? If we go to reach, 3.9 million impressions, 4 million impressions from a video. Oh, Jackson, you should be doing YouTube Shorts and TikTok. It's the best. Bullshit. Dude, this thing is just ripping and cranking, and it's 505 days old, and it just sits there and pumps and pumps and pumps, right? Now, what did I say last video? I don't do a lot of these negative ones anymore. They do work great. They drive in a lot of traffic. They get a ton of comments, but I've just found the value and the lead generation. If you want to 10x leads, it typically is going to come more from the vlogs. And again, I am coaching agents right now. I am getting so many emails from you guys, and I will take every one. about my coaching. In fact, it's gotten so popular, we are basically what do you call, interviewing each agent to make sure they're a fit and going to do the work. But this is the number one thing that we're working on right now, and it really is boiling down to, Jackson, you know, I'm doing these negative videos and, you know, you say not to, but I get it. But then I look at their channel and it is nothing but negative. In fact, some of them will even do like top 7 worst neighborhoods, most crime-filled neighborhoods. Again, if you like go to type in Houston, you know, obviously some of our stuff pulls up, but you're gonna see a lot of videos with millions of views that are like driving through the 3rd ward or driving through the 5th ward, and it's like gang banging and stuff, right? It's like a entertainer's audience, and we just don't want that. So if you strictly do that, that's what you're gonna get. But they do help you in like kind of establishing the kind of person you are, the personality. But here's the thing, right? If you look at it, what did I just tell you? I did 15 facts, and not only that, a lot of this I was like vlogging it. So not only did I do 15 facts, I also got away from telling her stories. The okay, check that out. Sorry, I wanted to find that. I also got away from just being in the studio. So the majority of this video, when I talk about how hard it rains, I have actual B-roll and footage of it. I show my yard flooded. I talk about the heat. I'm out in my backyard and I'm pointing at my new, you know, storm windows, the shades that save you a bunch of money. I'm like, the mosquitoes, they're kind of bad. They don't hurt me bad, but they kill my wife. And same with, you know, the red ants. What did I do? I brought my wife in there. A lot of the comments were like, thank you so much, Jill. So with this, you can see right here, I'm vlogging it. Like how much different is that, right? So I'm taking a little bit of extra time to make it a little bit better, okay? What is in your mind right now is, if I just get 2 videos out a week, it's going to be better than anything. I'm like, do one of these videos every few weeks and you're going to see results more like this, right? Because this isn't even that solid, but 30%, 656, this was still in some of my shorter viewed days, but a lot of the pros and cons and avoid moving here's are all 8 to 10 to 12 minutes long. Well, look at what happens if you can stretch it out. 351,000 views, right? 2,300 subscribers from this video. Again, you guys are like, well, Jackson, why don't you keep doing them? Why don't you keep doing them? I don't like this. It took a long time for this video to go. This is the first 60 days it was flatline. I almost turned this video off. And if any of you have been through my YouTube 2.0 or my growth, you actually see me, because I completely flip-flopped this channel from being a dead channel to now the #1 biggest actual living in. I am the creator of the living in. Everybody else just followed, but the largest one. And it was during when I was filming my YouTube 2.0 course and growth course, which is what I'm coaching agents on right now. And I'm like, I don't get how this thing isn't blowing up. Look, guys, these average view durations and percent viewed are low because it's got 4 million impressions. At the beginning, it was a heck of a lot longer. The average view duration was over 10 minutes. Like, this thing was getting like a 50% average view duration. It was because I lengthened it. I did 15, you know, instead of 10 or 7. And I vlogged half of it. I was outside showing it. I'm up in my attic. I'm bringing my wife in there. What did I do? I worked harder, and this is one thing that I did right here. Watch this. See, I told you I'd give you a real perspective of somebody not here, but we're going to keep on going down the list. The next one, oh, right in line. Terrible drivers. I also did a fun thing where I brought a box, and I'm like, I've got 15 things in here that you're going to hate about living in Texas, right? So I had a box. I had a lot of I really worked hard to make that an extra one. So that's what I'm talking about, guys, is when I'm breaking this stuff down for you. When I'm coaching agents, I just got off a coaching call, and they go, well, my video is just not working. And I watch it, and I'm like, how brutal honest do you want me to be? And this is not like a you're an idiot. It's just, do you truly want to learn, right? This is why we're only accepting a few students at a time, because the ones that are coming in are listening to the advice, taking it, and a couple weeks later, to the moon, right? Lead generation, view-wise, they are exploding, because I can not only show you what you're doing wrong, I can prove it with my data analytics. We can work together, and then we're gonna build out your entire video, and we're gonna make sure it gets longer, right? So first and foremost, you know, top 10 videos, script videos, make them longer, okay? Figure out what you gotta do. Again, if it's pros and cons, or if you're just doing list videos. Now, that is like #1 strategy there. I'm gonna really go into more detail here. Again, this is the boardroom. You guys, this is almost pathetic. I've been doing these videos. You guys are messaging me, emailing me, Facebook messaging me, calling me, and thanking me for the boardroom and how much you love it. Do you know how many comments I got on my last video? 1. You guys are a bunch of jerks. Comment your freaking questions down in the bottom of this video, guys. And I think I got like 5 or 6 likes. You guys are killing me for the amount of work and knowledge and things that I give you guys. You ain't hooking me up much, homies. You're kind of leaving me out to die. So I would really appreciate it, first of all, if you guys are commenting. Comment your questions or anything you learned down below. And secondly, hit the like button. But if you are interested in that coaching, again, it's became very popular. You know, we got probably 3 to 4 agents a day kind of interviewing, and we're only accepting the ones who really want to put in the work. info@jacksonwilkie.com. And again, like I've mentioned in many videos, in fact, I had 2 calls today with agents. They're ready to join me at EXP because not only do you avoid paying for any of the coaching or any of the courses, it's 100% free. You join us at EXP, I give you the coaching, I give you the courses, and you can show up to that coaching plus private coaching with your boy. So if you really want a 10X, that's why so many people are actually joining us at EXP and getting all of those benefits. But that's only if you want to be the best at YouTube in your market. If you don't, I don't want you either. No, just kidding. You can keep watching the video though. Number 2, this right here, okay? Map videos. This is probably what I get the majority of my reach outs about. Jackson, how do you do the map videos? Jackson, what program are you using for the map videos? Jackson, what should I say in the map videos? Jackson, what about the map videos? Map video. At the end of the day, a lot of those are kind of the wrong questions. It doesn't matter at all what platform you're using. I simply use Google Maps. I always have, and I record it however I can. That's what you should be worried about. What I'm gonna do, because I'm your guy here with Jackson with the Channel Junkies, is I'm gonna actually bring up a map right now. And if you would like, I'm actually gonna rip through it like I would in one of my videos. So this is again what I did I had a bunch of my students just this week in the coaching class go, Jackson, I'm struggling to get videos out. The other thing that I'm noticing that a lot of people are doing is they're trying to now go out and do property tours and vlogs, but they're never in the camera, right? It is strictly all just like forward facing. You never get any personality. I'm gonna talk about that in number 3, why you need to avoid that. A channel in the #1 relocation market that's doing it and not getting leads, and why. So crazy stuff is coming up, trust me. But I'm like, guys, I still to this day, especially if you're somebody who kind of struggles to get the content out there and to make the videos longer, map videos. These things have probably generated me more leads than almost about anything until I started doing my new style. But I'm talking, we've closed hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of homes from these videos. And this is the boardroom talk, guys. This is me getting real. This is me like really giving you the insight instead of scratching the surface. I had a student go, Jackson, I don't really have much new construction around here. You know, it's kind of an older market, but man, the relocation's crazy here. There's a lot of people coming. And you know, how do I structure the vlogs? How do I show the properties? And I'm like, well, this is where I differentiate from YouTube gurus. Just show a house, it'll work. No, it doesn't, because you have to understand a different market is very specific to the people coming. So with a market like his, so what did I do? I started asking him questions like I was an actual relocation client, and he just kept answering them, and he would rhyme off all this stuff, and he would just give me all this crazy detail, and oh yeah, you would want to be over here and there and there, and I'm like, so have you made a video like that? He's like, no. There's your answer, right? You can get that out with map videos. So yes, you can still do them in crazy relocation markets with a lot of new construction. But if you're in just a normal market or one with minimal new construction, guys, I would be doing a weekly map video, making it 30 to 45 minutes. I would be making people comment, what area do you want me to do next? I would bring their comments up when I'm doing the video, thanking them. The engagement's gonna go through the roof, and they're gonna show up every week to get the most in detail, deep dive on the city. Map videos, let's do this. I'm gonna do this right now. I brought this up. Hopefully I got do I got some pen action going here? No, god darn it. There we go. Okay, so what I wanted to do is, I'm always talking about how I'm new to an area, right? Like that's kind of my shtick, and I relate with people, but the #1 channel, and if you guys haven't listened to my book yet, the $1 Billion Channel Method, Don't buy the hardbound. Just go to Audible. Listen to me. If you like this kind of boardroom talk, it's that on crack. It's the best thing you'll hear, and it's not because it's from me, but I talk about how after I'd done Portland and it blew up, then I went and tried to do Seattle and I got my ass kicked. It was super hard. I told Jesse, I'm going back home to North Idaho. I know it better than anybody and it's gonna blow up. And he's like, nope, that town's too small. I don't believe you. And I'm like, trust me, homie. And boy, did it. In the first, I think it was 71 days, we had already hit the 1,000 subscriber mark and had almost $13 million in either closed deals or pending deals. I'm talking explosion. I've never seen anything like it. And it was because what I'm going to show you today. So for that, I always say I've worn many hats, right? I've been the local. I've been the guy who, has just moved there, whatever you want to call it, many hats. But when I can break down, and what I did, the strategy I used for my North Idaho channel was, I know this area better than anybody. Put anybody up against me and I'll blow their doors off, right? And I came with that confidence, and the stories that I told during these videos are going to, is what made everybody stay. The longest average view duration still to this day, even though I do hour-long videos, were from this channel doing map videos. Some of them were 22, 23-minute long average view durations. You talk about getting people's attention and trust. That's why we were getting just hundreds and hundreds of phone calls and emails. I mean, it was outrageous. I mean, it literally shut the phones down how many calls we got. It was the only issue we had of people only wanting to work with me because they thought I was the best. And then I just told them, you don't want to work with me. I'm the shittiest realtor of all time. You want Connor, he can close. I'll be there the whole step of the way, but just make sure you call them, all right? So I would break it down like this, and I would just bring in the map. Not that tight. Come on. Today we're going to be focusing on Hayden, Idaho. So what I do typically is I always give them a reference point, okay? So here's Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. This is a good point. I'm glad I thought of that. So whenever I do map videos, I'm always going to give a reference point, okay? Whether it's Houston, Phoenix, Reno, wherever I'm at. I always zoom the map out first, and I'm like, as you can see today, here's Coeur d'Alene right here. And the reason I say that, and this took me like multiple YouTube channels and a lot of coaching, me coaching agents to figure this out, is that I would do videos about, Rathdrum. It's not saying it, but this is Athol. Yes, we have a city called Athol. Yes, you can call it asshole all you want. And we would title it that, right? Well, then you're only getting like 1/10 of the traffic, 1/50th of the traffic, maybe 1/100th, and 1/50th of the traffic. What do I mean by that? What I learned is that, okay, yes, I do need to rank for Hayden if they search it, or Athol, but where's 99% of my traffic coming from? And you guys in my audience right now, if you've never been to North Idaho, you've probably in your life heard of Coeur d'Alene. I'm almost gonna guarantee you've heard of Coeur d'Alene, especially by now, since it's like the hottest real estate market in the country. But have you ever heard of Athol? I don't believe so. So that's what I learned. So first of all, my title, my weekly series would be, discovering Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And even though my YouTube channel is called Living in North Idaho, nobody really knows that, right? It wasn't a massive search term. So it still worked. This is everybody goes, oh man, my channel name's already taken and I'm worried about this and this and my channel's got to be perfect. I kind of effed up the channel name. I did Living in North Idaho because that's what we called it, but nobody searched it. They all searched Coeur d'Alene. But guess what? We sold hundreds of homes, right? So like, again, don't get stressed about the channel name as much as the cities, right? This is my driver. So I would be like, why people are choosing this city over Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, or people are avoiding Coeur d'Alene, Idaho for this top city would be the title, right? And I could put in brackets like Hayden, Idaho or Hayden Lake, Idaho. So now I'm ranking for both of them, but at least I'm stealing all the Coeur d'Alene traffic. So I'm gonna put Coeur d'Alene in just about every title that I do. That's gonna be my driver. And today on episode 17 of breaking down Coeur d'Alene deeper than you've ever seen, we're gonna focus on Hayden today. So as you can see, Hayden is directly north of downtown Coeur d'Alene. Look at triple play, fun, right? And there is one thing you need to know. You have Highway 95 right here. So this is a very small town. That's why a lot of people like living here. And you have I-90 right here. So we only have one freeway. I-90. We only have one north and south highway. It's 95. Now there's a couple more over here. You've got 53, 41, you know, some of those, but they're out Rathdrum. They're out west to the prairie. They go into Washington. But as for living in Hayden, Coeur d'Alene, that means the majority, if you have to work, you know, downtown in Hayden, or if you're going to Spokane, you just have to realize that, you know, you really only have 95, and with more and more people coming, that is getting so congested. It's crazy. And there are some arterial roads that will get you down to the south. Again, these were all back roads when I was a kid. Now they're like, seems like 4-lane highways. But Hayden is directly to the north. And this is the style of living that you're going to see in Hayden. So the good part about this video is you're going to figure out quickly if Hayden's going to be a spot for you, or if you're like, nope, I'm going to avoid that. You're either going to love it or hate it. And the good news is I know every section, I know every city, I know every street, I know every neighborhood. There's probably not a street I've never been on, right? So when you tell me what you like and don't like, then I can literally pin place you in the exact spot. But I'm going to break down Hayden so you know. So now I'm going to switch back to teaching you guys boardroom style. Do you guys hear how I got that call to action in there? Very just like nonchalant, and how I know it, right? That's why I got so many calls. So that's why I love map videos, because I'll say that 5 times during this. And the calls were that, you know it better than anybody. You know it better than anybody. And I know now I'm getting some agents, well, I just moved there. I don't know it that well. Who gives a shit? Drive around, figure it out, talk about it. Oh my God, I just drove. They have all these really cool, they got Costco right here. They got this incredible neighborhood. In fact, I was just driving through this neighborhood today. Look at this freaking community pool they have. Drive it, tell stories. It's all good. Hayden, Idaho. So Hayden, if you're looking to move to an area and you want like this cute little downtown, it's North Idaho, it's just like very quaint. Hayden ain't got it. There's nothing there. There's like 2 little restaurants. I used to ride my bike right here to a 7-Eleven, get a Slurpee. That's all you got. So the living is really different. In fact, the majority, like you guys moving here to North Idaho, I wouldn't even really focus on the west side of 95. These are all really big, open, you know, kind of 1/4 acre, 1/2 acre, 1 acre lots. They're a lot older homes, and the people, like, you don't really even see much for sale over here. They kind of stay there forever. So that's just one thing you need to notice. So I'm going to talk about where people, the majority of people move, which is going to be the east side of 95. You got a lot of just older stuff over here. There's kind of some RV parks. There's a couple of older neighborhoods that my buddies lived in, you know, growing up. But for the most part, the folk, until you get in over to the Coeur d'Alene side, I just kind of wanted to show you the industrial, but this is Hayden. And actually up here, you got to go north to where you're going to get some actual kind of like, there's some new construction and the most popular neighborhoods. So this right here, if we go up north of Hayden, this is an area right here. This is the first neighborhood established. This is one right next to it. I grew up right here. And the reason I bring that up is because we get a lot of people moving here who want that North Idaho lifestyle, and they may be bringing a couple extra kids with them, you know, 2 kids, 3 kids, and they want a little bit more space. So a lot of the new construction is going to be tighter living, right? You can get the bedrooms, the 4 or 5 bedrooms, but it's a lot tighter. So if you're going to be bringing a boat, side-by-side, toys, those kind of things, and you want a little bit of a bigger space, maybe a split-level home, this is where you're going to focus. We've sold a lot of homes in these just 2 neighborhoods to clients, and the good news is there's still a lot of them that need to be updated. So if you're handy at all, you know, you can get into these, fix them up, and they're just, you know, now they're worth a ton because so many people want to be into them. So let me show you, because I'll show you exactly what it was like, what this neighborhood's like. So if we actually take the satellite view and we come in here, this is what people love about North Idaho. As you can see, all the trees. This is all old growth, you know, pine trees and stuff. So, you know, people love it. If we actually drop into here, let's see if we can take my little guy and drop down in there. There we go. So this right here is the neighborhood I grew up in, and you know, it was just nothing but kids, families. And do you notice right away what you see, right? These bigger homes, you get massive lots, you get the giant trees. And what does everybody have? Campers, they got boats, they got, you know, and enough space. And it's cool because, like, I'll show you where I grew up. You know, we were able to build a lean-to right off the side of it. And then what do you have right here? You got the Emerald Estates Park. You wouldn't believe how much this gets used and how easy it makes parenting, because this is where me and my buddy, I know every single, I had that Stu's house, Billy's house, Shane's house. I know everybody who's lived in every house here, right? And I've been in all these houses. That's why when you say, hey, I really want this style of living, or I've been in the house in North Idaho, but we lived in this park. Baseball, football, basketball. We even would hit golf balls there too far. It was stupid. Baseballs hit people's houses. But you can see the old growth trees here. And again, this is why people just love Hayden, Idaho. It's a very chill area to live. A lot of families. You still got the good, the Coeur d'Alene High School, Canfield High School, and you're gonna have some of the lower property taxes in all of Idaho. It's lower than Coeur d'Alene. It's lower than Post Falls. And you get these bigger, mature houses. So like here's a dude right here, and this is actually the neighbor behind the house I grew up in, built a shop right on his lot. Could you imagine having all that space there? And still, you got your shop, you still have a split level home, 4 or 5 bedrooms, right? That's what people love about it. Look at all the space you have here and the pretty trees. So if we look right here, man, they've been doing me dirty, but this is the house I grew up in. So I just wanted to give you, if you're moving here, what's it like, So from here, my dad actually built me a rad fort right in the backyard right here. It was up in these trees. I can't believe they tore it down, but I can, but huge tree fort right here. And then I had my trampoline at the base of it, had a big post out. We could, play dunk ball. We had tree forts. We slept out in the backyard, as kids. We would always camp out in the back. My mom had her pond here. So as you can see, look at how much space we have. They actually put tool sheds back there. And the cool part is this may look like kind of a smaller house. And it's not the biggest by far. But if we come to the front here, I'm going to show you again, man, and look at it, switch to winter. Yeah, if you don't like winter, don't move here, guys. We built this lean-to right here for our bass boat, but you can see they put campers, whatever. But do you see how it's almost like a double wide house? It's got the primary bedroom over there, my parents' master bedroom. You got 2 bedrooms up here, living room, kitchen, pretty normal. The best part about it, what I absolutely loved about it, there's a basement, and the basement is equally as big. So me and my dad would sit down in the basement, no BS, and either throwing footballs, diving catches, because it was like, I don't know, 20, 30 yards long. It was awesome. And we would actually go down there with our BB guns and 22s. He would bring a big log down there, put a plate on there, and we would shoot guns into the log. I ain't lying to you. So it's North Idaho living. I also had a basketball hoop down there, and there was a couple other bedrooms, another bathroom, and a cellar. That's where my dad would store his beer he made, or we had a bunch of stuff in there. So that's what people love about these homes. They have massive basements, and we had wood stoves upstairs and downstairs. So you're going to heat a lot with wood stoves. So again, people love this North Idaho Hayden area. And if you're like, Jackson, that's cool. Your childhood sounds great in that area, but I want something newer. I want it nicer. Okay, don't worry, I got you covered. So there's a couple neighborhoods right now. Hey, that's Stu's house. That's funny. I didn't mean to do that. Let me get out of here. It's moving me all around. Dude, I know every one of these houses. That's so funny. How do I get out of here? Oh, okay. So I'm going to get back to the map here and show and kind of get back to where we're at. Now this actually right here says Rocking R Road. What happened was they finally built a new neighborhood. Now with Hayden, you're not going to find really any new construction. It's basically built out. But if you want a nicer, newer home, I'm going to show you that. Other than that, it's very unique living, because even to the north, you start getting up here, these roads. This is some of the most prime land right here, is because it's all acreage. But look at, you're right, in the back of Hayden. So you still have the golf courses here, the shops, you have everything, but now you're going to get 1 acre, 2 acres, 5 acres, whatever. But if you want that nicer, newer home, we really got to zoom in, and we got to hit right here to Rocking R Road, and we're going to drop down in there. And it actually, this is so old, they don't even have it freaking updated yet. And this has been a couple years. I can't believe that. But we're going to drop down into here, and now you're going to see how much nicer, right? So this is like your real typical North Idaho new construction home. I know this builder. I was the best man in his son's wedding. In fact, this whole farm field is just behind where I grew up. So we would play in this farm field all the time. We would drink beers when we were like 15 years old. And I actually helped move. This used to be an old cattle ranch, the Rockin' R cattle ranch. I helped move it up to the new ranch, and I worked on that ranch. So the cool thing is, you bring your kids, you want them to work hard. There's a lot of work to do, but now you can see how much, like, they put sidewalks, how pretty it is, and these homes are awesome. You're going to get the double or triple fascia, we call it. They're very North Idaho style, and you're still going to be able to get basements, bigger homes. and you're tucked kind of into the hills, into the mountains. This is going to be filled with kids. You're still a 2-minute drive to the lake, to Hayden Lake. You're right around the, a 5-minute drive, whatever. You got 2 golf courses right there, and everybody drives golf carts around. I got a buddy who lives right here who's got a golf cart and drives it to the men's league golf course and everything. So you can see here you've got 2-story, single story. These homes, super popular. People absolutely love them. And then right into the trees. This actually goes up to the hills there. We used to climb up there, but now you can see bigger yards, bigger fences still, a lot of green grass. They really take care of these neighborhoods, and that's the style. So again, I know probably 20 people in this neighborhood. I know the builder of it, so if he has lots or if you want him to build a custom home, you just hit me up and I'm like, yeah, dude, Ronco, I got another client for you, wants to build a custom home. One of the top custom home builders there is. In fact, I know about 5 of them, so if that's a thing, we can take care of that as well. So if you just reach out, I'm telling you, if you tell me like 2-3 things that you like or you don't like, I literally can pin place you in the exact road, if not the exact house. There's not a square inch in North Idaho I've never been. So just hit me up, and I'm going to help you with your relocation process. Because if you move to the wrong spot in North Idaho, you're going to hate living here, trust me. So, all right, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Now we're getting back to the boardroom talk. Let's get there. We did map videos. Did you hear there how it was nothing but stories of, me, clients? And let me tell you right now, some of that I was making up about clients and people's, it wasn't 100% factual, but I was flowing like that, and it just added credibility. Now the majority of it is true. I do know that builder. That was a ranch that I grew up working on, but those kind of things. So the map videos, do you see how I literally took 2 little teeny neighborhoods? Each one has maybe 100 homes, right? Oh, Jackson, I don't live in a place with new construction and I can't do tours. I don't give a shit. Like, I can still close 100 homes in your area if people are moving there. No problem. You got to figure out the map tours. Now, I didn't even do all of Hayden. I did 1/50th of Hayden. All right, so I'm spending the most time on these. Number 3 is going to be the vlog, how to make those better, longer. I still love vlogs. That's what I do, but I really want to emphasize, a lot on the map videos. Yes, these top 10 video or list videos are great, but I think this is the wheelhouse. If you're somebody struggling to make better, longer videos, I would focus on making one incredible one every week instead of trying to just bang out a bunch of them that are shorter. Try and make them longer, add stories. I literally just gave you, that's what, and you guys should be thanking me, in our coaching program. A lot of times I just record myself doing map videos in areas so that they can basically have that recording, copy it, and it's their most help. So I gave you a little teaser, a little taste of that, of what I do in coaching, but that's it. Like, I'm telling you right now, you could make it like a complete channel out of a weekly map video. And again, you can really dissect these areas. Hey, there's a new Costco coming to this area. Some of the people, they kind of like it, they kind of don't. Here's the back roads to get around. Some people like living right here because they work over at the hospital, and this road right here goes around to the back. They can get in and out quick. Those are the quick little stories and stuff. Now I heard hospital. Oh my gosh, they just set up a hospital. That's me. I got to reach out to them. So I'm probably not going to be able to get to the vlogs today. We're already, really long. So next week I'll cover that, but don't worry, we're not done yet, because I want to show you some stuff on YouTube real quick. I love pulling up YouTube and just looking. I'm going to actually bring up instead of my Houston channel and always basing everything off of the Houston, I'm going to go to the Portland channel. I'm going to give you some examples of what you guys need to be doing. But right away, you guys notice, you got this one here. That one really sticks out. You got the big house. The only thing I don't like is its aerial view and there's no face to it. So we've actually got 2 people in coaching that went this route with just showing the house. They do get a lot of views. They do get some leads, but the funny part is a lot of the conversations you hear from people who have these style of channels, they're very, very, very big. Yes, they do generate leads. Yes, they do generate sales. But if you actually talk to them, and that's why they're actually paying me to coach with me now, because they're like, well, I get maybe 12, good calls a month. A lot of times it's like random and they want other places, So that's something that I'm actually taking an agent who's doing a YouTube channel like this and has thousands and thousands of subs, but in the top relocation market, and not getting much business from it. That's from them, well, and from me, but not from me. So I'm never like poo-pooing people, TikTokers, Instagrammers. But if you ain't closing deals and if it's just not working and it's just it shows a lot of views, shows a lot of subscribers, and that's great. But are we closing deals? Okay. I've got one of the biggest channels and I make maybe $2,000 a month off AdSense from it. So we need to close deals from that. You got a pretty good one here. I've actually never had too good of luck with showing the amenities. I don't think people really care about that right now. It's just kind of changed as of lately. They kind of like seeing the house, but I do like seeing, you know, his face in there. I didn't mean to do this. I just was pulling it up. You can see that all the stuff that I'm looking at lately is, I want a CJ7 Jeep so bad I can taste it. So it's a lot of Jeep stuff, and I love gambling, so I watch this dude. But anyways, let me switch the accounts here real quick. I'm going to get to, man, I got a lot of YouTube channels. I know what I'm talking about, people. I get a lot of questions in my coaching, and they're like, oh, man, what about this? You can't relate. I'm like, bullshit. If there's any human on this planet that can relate with you and your story and your market, it's me. Everybody else out there that teaches whatever they're good at is localized to their market, and when they branch out of it, they don't really know as much. So again, there's another one. A lot of people are going this route, you know, with the just the big house, and they get a lot of views. But you know, if you look at the rest of their channel too, sometimes they have hundreds of videos and minimal subscribe. They're not closing as much. I'm telling you right now, do some map videos every week and heavy calls to action. You're going to close a lot of homes. You know, YouTube Studio. I want to break up a few things here. Now, I just started this channel again. We hadn't had videos for probably a year or more, and I'm digging out, man. This is so painful to do my style videos that are 30, 40 minutes long, 50 minutes long, and I get 400 views in the first 5 days, man. That's painful, but I know the process, so I'm cool with it, and we're gonna get back to growing. But if I actually go to the analytics here and we look at the, I mean, it'll probably show it here, but if we go to the content tab, I kind of want to see what's pushing. And again, this channel didn't really have anything going for a year, and it still was producing leads, still producing closed sales, still growing. That's a beautiful part about YouTube. Like, we kind of gave up on it, we quit on it, and it still brings in leads. Not as much, and that's what people ask me all the time, can I take breaks, whatever. When you do leave, it's a psychology thing in people's mind. They're like, well, they're gone, I'll just go to somebody else. So that's why you do need to stay consistent. That's why I like shooting one video a week over doing 10 videos a week or whatever it is, because if I can get one good one a week, they know I'm coming, they know when I'm coming, and they are most likely to call. But if we actually go down, and that's Addy Man, but if we look at the top videos the last 28 days, look at what 2 of them are. Number 2, if you're moving to Portland, if you're moving to Beaverton. So these are map videos, dude. They are my top 5. They're number 2 and number 4 of the entire YouTube channel. And look at these things. Just unreal how they work for you, right? This one isn't even, I mean, it's got a 9-minute 43 average view duration, so that's pretty decent. Like, that's good. You know, I do a little bit better now, but we got a 36-minute map video. Look at my thumbnail. Is that, I mean, you know what you're getting, right? Did you know this? And look at that. For 600 days, this thing is a lead machine. I prove everything with data and analytics. And when I coach my students and they want to give me some excuse, oh, I can't do that, you know, or I did this and I just didn't get views, I didn't get that. And I'm like, prove it. Like, let me see the data, let me see the analytics, right? And I can prove everything with data analytics. It's how I coach. Nothing is made up. And when I tell you map videos, I'm being for real, guys. 600 days. This thing is not even thinking about dying yet, right? So it is really starting to blow up. Now, the cool thing is you got 200 subs from it, and this is a channel that we haven't done videos on for a year. So this is getting all, sorry, my kids just got home. They're screaming. I got kids. It is what it is. That's going. Now, here's what's cool, too. What are my top 2 drivers? You've got 40% coming from suggested and 37 coming from browse. What do I tell you? Longer videos. You got to get into suggested and browse. That's badass. Only 11% are coming from search, right? And that's, you know, in the last 48 hours. So I would imagine it's probably going to be a little bit more search if we get into the, you know, last 28 days. If we go to, let's see, again, I just want to prove it, data analytics. If we go to see more, traffic source, and we break this down, right? This is since published, and yes, we're still browsing suggested with a big chunk of it coming from that. Let's just see what the last 28 days, because this thing is 600 days old. So what's it doing in the last month, right? It's still working. So we have 57% coming browse, 28% coming. So you got what, 60, 86-ish, 85% of the views. It's still just suggesting it out there. What does that tell you? I got people in Portland, you know, other channels they're still not doing as long as videos. So like if I can get these map videos that are longer, YouTube will suggest the dog shit out of them, right? So if we go to YouTube search, Portland, Oregon's the #1 search term. Can't beat that. You get people searching Portland, Oregon, and they watch it. And if they do click that, 8-minute 41 average view duration. The next one, moving to Portland, Oregon, it ranks 10-minute average view duration. Guys, what the hell, I want to say the F word, what in the hell do you think people want when they're moving to your city? They want to know the areas, they want to see it with their eyes, they want map videos. They are going to do weeks, if not months and months of research on this stuff. And if you want to sit there in front of your little camera and talk about, you know, Hayden Lake was founded in 1819 and the housing prices are $342,000, go ahead and do that shit. I'm going to do these map videos. I'm going to talk about hunting and fishing in them. I'm going to talk about drinking beers on the ranch, and I'm going to get in super detail. I'm going to paint a picture of exactly who lives in that area and that I know every house, and I'm just going to get phone call after phone call after phone call, right? And I don't even have to close the deals. I don't even have to answer the calls. That's the best part. So with that being said, again, just to prove it, this is why I got to get into the vlogs next week, because I'm a long-winded dude and I love teaching with just data analytics. This is why our students in our coaching program are just shooting to the moon, because we break it down like this, and then we go through their video, their structure. We bring up their channels. I dissect it. We're like, we got to get rid of all these ones. You need to be focusing on this. Your clients are different than my clients. Here's exactly the videos that I've done in the past that work for that style of client, and we got to go right to the moon if they do the work, which that's why we only invite the best of the best. So if we go back to content and then we look at number 4, again, this one isn't even that freaking long, guys. This is back in the day. This one's 500 days old too. 486, 15-minute video. What's it doing? Boom. Just a cruising, right? And this one, believe it or not, that's crazy, but actually it's not. It doesn't surprise me at all. 63% of the views are coming from search. So this thing's probably one of the top rankers for Beaverton, Oregon, right? Let me see. I don't know if it is or not. We'll be able to tell though without doing a search if I have tags. Oh, it's not showing in here. But we're obviously showing up in Beaverton. It's not showing up, I think, right here. I don't think I have TubeBuddy logged in on this account. So we could search it. You guys can search. I don't really care. But you should obviously know what I'm talking about by now. But if we go to, overview, see more. Let's see what it did in the last. So since published, traffic source, YouTube search dominates, right? Why? 15-minute video versus the other one. What was it? 32, 36. Do you see the difference, right? So this is still a good video, and you're going to do some videos, some pros and cons, some cost of livings. And this is the big thing. Jesse actually called me about it. He goes, what do you mean about like you can see a YouTube channel, and if it's the majority of the views are coming from search, it doesn't grow? I'm like, think about it. What does YouTube want? They want long videos so that they can put advertising on it, charge people the most amount of money. So are they going to be able to charge more money on my 36-minute video that has an average view duration of what did it say? 958, I think it was. Or are they going to, you know? And then this is also Beaverton versus Portland. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, this thing's only got a 4-minute and 23-second average view duration. So if you're showing a 50% average view duration and I show a 29.2%, you're like, well, mine's better than yours. Nah, mine was 958 total. Yours is 423, or this one, right? So anytime I see stuff with average view durations in that, you know, this is good. A lot of my students are in that 3-minute, 2-minute, you know, average view duration. Then you're always going to get a lot of YouTube search. So I could keep doing these videos all day, and you're like, look at it, it's growing. Yeah, but it's only getting discovered in search. I want the browsing suggested, because if I get browsing suggested, that search would be down here. They would be up like this. If this video was 30 minutes long, 40 minutes long, and now we're not looking at, you know, 11,000 views. We're looking at probably 25, 30,000 views up here. So that's the difference, right? And that means more and more clients. So that's what you guys need to know. I just literally proved it with data and analytics, 2 different style videos. And again, Portland gets a lot more search than Beaverton. But at the same time, this video is more than half, less than half the length, right? The length of these videos is what does it for you. So 2 map videos though, they're still up at my top. Now we're doing some longer videos, and what's gonna happen is, and this is what I was just teaching my students the other day, is I like drawing lines. That's not even what I need for right now, but I just like drawing lines. I was just telling my students this the other day, sometimes we judge, you know, somebody who's doing YouTube in our market by where they're at today. We judge, you know, oh, look at Jackson's Houston channel. He can't relate with me. You got to realize that Houston channel from it's four plus years old. The first 2.5 years did kind of good. I've showed this in other videos, and then it died. And then it took me from that point to where we're at today. We're at probably anywhere from 450 to 500 days from where I started to decline. So not only the first 2 years, I'm talking about from that point going forward, we're at another 500. And the first 200, 300 days, it was just barely climbing, barely climbing. I couldn't even get it to go. I was just barely inching. But I got better with the videos. I got longer with the videos. I set a day and time that worked, that everybody started showing up. I started getting massive watch time hours. My TV traffic started to explode to 67% of my views. And that is what started blowing up in the browse and suggested. And that is why it's recommended for the keywords of just Houston, Texas, move into Houston, you know, all of that. And it just, if anybody even has a thought of moving to Houston, Texas, they're going to open up YouTube and my video is going to be right there, right? And when we look at those suggested views, you know, that's going to be your longest average view duration. They're through the roof. And then on the browse, which is when it shows up on the home screen, right? That's what's getting put out to the masses. That means you've got the best, longest videos out there. So long is the name of the game. We got to do it. Let's write that so you know. Long videos equals more sales. Well, only if you do them right and do them good. You could do a 30-minute video, and if it sucks and it only gets a 2-minute average view duration, you get no sales, homie. You get nothing. So again, if you want to learn more about the coaching, info at jacksonwilkie.com. And, you know, we're interviewing, so not everybody's going to get in. Tell me why you want to be in there. And again, like I've mentioned in many videos, in fact, I had 2 calls today with agents. They're ready to join me at EXP because not only do you avoid paying for any of the coaching or any of the courses, it's 100% free. You join us at EXP. I give you the coaching. I give you the courses. And you can show up to that coaching plus private coaching with your boy. So if you really want to 10X, that's why so many people are actually joining us at EXP and getting all of those benefits. But that's only if you want to be the best at YouTube in your market. If you don't, I don't want you either. No, just kidding. You can keep watching the video though. But if you want to see the king ding-a-ling, the blogs, baby, yeah, buddy. That's going to be in next week's videos. We're going to break down all sorts of different vlogs, what I'm currently doing right now. And I just tried something this week that I've never done before. And it might be my longest vlog ever. And the good news is we're going to see how it performs. And I will bring back what happened. Is it good? Is it bad? Might be a new strategy for you. Again, Jackson Wilkie with the boardroom talk. Can I get one damn comment? Well, I had one last time, maybe 2. Comment down below your questions. I'll answer them on the boardroom. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And right here, homies, is the entire playlist of the boardroom. Start at video 1. You will be the best YouTuber in your entire market, guaranteed. Oh, besides the ones that join me at EXP and I coach personally.